in a regular marriage. I don't hear them calling for those people to be denied their benefits. All these people living in sin without annulment.
My question to them is, or my point to them is, if you are going to deny equality to millions of New Yorkers, and if you're going to vote to continue discrimination to millions of New Yorkers,
say to Montserrat, you're finished. Out with Montserrat. Out with Montserrat. Out with Montserrat. No more Montserrats in this community. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want to introduce our Assemblyman from the 34th Assembly District, someone who very early on in his tenure as an Assemblyman promised that he would be there for marriage equality, and in fact was Senator Mike Dendecker. Excuse me, Assemblyman Mike Dendecker.
That's Jose. Jose's going to be the senator. Thank you very much. I'm here to say very, like you said, when I started early in my career, I was honored to co-sponsor the original legislation. And the senator, our Senator Montserrat, should just take a look at his district, that we have the second largest LGBT community outside of Manhattan, number one. And number two, his senatorial district is made up of 3 assembly districts. He wasn't sure. It was out there. All he had to do was call up his assembly members to find out that we have the pulse of our community, and I don't understand why he doesn't. So it would have been much easier for him if he wasn't sure which way he wanted to go, if he couldn't reach out to the community, maybe to reach out to his assembly members who spent a little bit more time, I guess, in the community to know what our community wanted and was asking. True blue Democrat and has the needs of our community and will put those needs first and will not sell us out. That's why I've endorsed Jose Peralta.
Thank you, Assemblyman Dendecker. Now, what Mike was just talking to you about is the serious business of politics, and it's where the work is going to begin. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to make a promise that we make a change in this district. And what we've got to do is to go out and make sure that we elect people in this district who are going to make the change that we need, who are going to get rid of the incumbent senator. And that's why it's imperative that every single person who's here tonight make sure that this coming summer and even before, Jose will tell you, but we need to elect a new senator, and we have endorsed Assemblyman Jose Peralta for that position. Assemblyman Peralta.
Thank you very much, Danny. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we are here today because we have been denied. We are here today because this is a civil right issue. We are here today because this is an equal right issue. We are here today because we need to send a strong message to all those senators, including this senator, the senator that represents us here in the 13th senatorial district, that we will not take this laying down. We are not going to take this, and we are going to send a strong message come next September that we're going to elect a new state senator. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Montserrat has decided to vote against marriage. He's decided to vote against those individuals that fight for us in Afghanistan. He's decided to vote against those individuals that teach our children. He has fighted to vote against those individuals that treat us in our hospitals. He has fighted to vote against those individuals that are our neighbors, that are our family members. And we're going to say no to that. And that's why we're here, to send a very loud message that this is about civil rights, that this is about equal rights, and we're not going to stop until marriage becomes a real marriage in the state of New York. Thank you.
Sometimes it doesn't always make good decisions on common sense things. But what the scriptures really teach us is that marriage is such a beautiful and intimate act that it's a very metaphor for the love that God has for us. And why we would deny anyone this beautiful right, especially in a society where we see so much fragmentation, both racial and ethnic, rich and poor, political philosophies, even marriages and homes. We need these rights to stabilize our community, to make our city and our world a better place to live. And that's a common desire shared by all of humanity. We want places where we can live in peace, we can live in joy, we can raise families. And that's why this legislation is so important, both civilly and religiously. While we've had some disappointments in this past week, it is a season of peace, and I encourage everyone to use this time as a time to renew your hope, strengthen your determination, and realize that this is just one more step, and victory is possible. God bless you all richly. Thank you.
Marriage rights. Myself and my spouse, Tom, we crossed the border to Canada in July 2003 when Canada ended discrimination in marriage law. Since then, we formed a civil marriage trail and have helped hundreds of couples cross the border to Canada, to Massachusetts, and most recently to Connecticut for marriage. It is time New Yorkers should not have to cross any borders for civil rights. It is time to end discrimination. To all those senators who voted against us, I say utterly shame on you. History will tell your story, how you betrayed New Yorkers and ordinary human beings of simple human rights. As we gather on the eve of International Human Rights Day, people across the world will be outraged at your vote, at your turning back. To Senator Ruben Diaz, that you would evoke God is an absolute outrage. To hide your hate and bigotry, shame on you. To Senator Montserrat, that you claimed to support our community and then you betrayed us when the moment came, absolutely outrageous. All I can say is you will all be sent to the bin of history as much as your prejudice which you expressed on the floor and your no votes. It is time for a new day. We will ensure that new day of equality comes soon. We will not let, we will not let hate or bigotry prevail rather than our love and our commitment to ourselves and our families and our community. Equality will be ours soon. Thank you.
I want to thank Assemblyman Peralta and my Assemblyman Mike Dendecker for your yes votes on marriage equality.
That's right. Yeah.
And I just want to say, my partner Jessica Davis here and I, we have been together, it'll be 18 years on December 21st of this month. December, what is December? Wow. And my question is, what is the fear factor? I don't quite understand that. I hear a lot about how they can't support marriage equality because they're afraid of what we're going to do to society. Well, I'm here to tell you, we're kind of boring. I mean, we own a co-op and we go to work and we walk our dog and you know, so I don't understand what there is to be afraid of. We've lived here in the community for 18 years, or 17 years, pardon me. And there's not a lot to be afraid of with us, and I think that people know that. We're active in our community, and we pay taxes, and we clean up our neighborhood on the beautification group cleanup days. I know. So I would like to know and like to educate people. Maybe it's just an education issue. I really don't know. But there's nothing to be afraid of from committed LGBT, lesbian and gay couples. And the other question I have is, I don't understand, and maybe lawmakers could explain this to me, if we're allowed to import our marriage from Massachusetts to New York and have it be legal, why can't it just be legal here and issue the marriage license here? It doesn't make any sense. And I don't want to go to Massachusetts and get married. I live in New York, and I want to get married in New York, and I'm waiting for that day to come. Thank you.
Everybody, my state senator is a dinosaur, Frank Padovan. And he, unfortunately, he won the election this time by 400 votes. Now, with everybody's help here tonight, and with other people's help, next time he runs, we want him to lose by 4,000 votes.